I've been waking up between 3 and 4 a.m. during the week for nearly 4 years now, and I'm not a morning person. In this video, we're going to talk about why I choose to do it, why I think you should too, and then most importantly, how in the world to do it if you're not a morning person. Waking up at 4 a.m. has so many benefits, but before I tell you how waking up early has really changed my life, I want to give you a little glimpse into the past of what my life looked like before I started this habit. I was never a morning person. I still don't consider myself to be a morning person. I've never been one of those people that chooses to get up before their alarm goes off. That's foreign to me. I can always sleep more. Sleeping is not an issue for me. I had this habit of setting my alarm at night for the time I knew I should get up in the morning. And when the morning rolled around and my alarm would go off, I felt like I had just set it. I would snooze it just to sleep 10 more minutes and snooze it over and over again every 10 minutes just to get a few more minutes of sleep. I would do this until the very last minute where I couldn't snooze it anymore because I had to run out the door or I was gonna miss wherever I was supposed to be, likely work that morning. Those of you that aren't morning people can probably relate to this. I'm sure you've done something like this at least once in the past. This was a terrible way to start the day because as soon as I would wake up, I already felt rushed and behind. I couldn't do anything to prepare for the day and I was forced to jump headfirst into all the chaos. I have big aspirations and big goals in life, and hopefully you do too, and I knew I was not living up to the person that I could be. I knew my wife deserved better, I knew my employer deserved better, and I knew I deserved better, and I knew if I kept up this habit of oversleeping, being lazy, and just an overall lack of willpower, I was going to be doomed to living a life of mediocrity. Once I got serious about wanting to pursue entrepreneurship, I knew I needed to change my habits to gain enough time to build a business on the side while still keeping my full-time job. I wanted to build a business on the side and step away from my job once I was earning enough to support my family and replace my current income. I knew waking up early was the quickest way to get there, but I could not figure out how to do it. I watched, I think, every single YouTube video out there. I tried every single trick and none of them worked. It was like I was a completely different person in the morning from the person I was at nighttime that set the alarm. I tried everything I could think of. I even tried a Pavlov device that shocks you when your alarm goes off. And it turns out I have the ability to even sleep through that. This was driving me crazy because every once in a blue moon, I would actually muster up enough willpower to get up when I wanted to, and I would have the most productive day. I'd get so much done, but even knowing that, I still could not get myself to wake up in the morning consistently. So I turned to one of the most tried and true methods of getting yourself to do something you don't want to do: outside accountability. At the time, my boss, who was also the owner of the company I worked for, he wanted to wake up early too. So we decided to be workout partners in the morning. We lived near each other and we both had a decent commute into work. I like to be at work at 7:30 in the morning to give myself more time later on in the day to spend with my wife and on my side venture. So I knew I was gonna have to work out extremely early. We decided we'd start meeting each other at the gym at 4:30 in the morning, which was way earlier than I had ever done before consistently. And let me tell you, knowing that your boss is going to be at the gym waiting for you at a specific time, and that missing it is not only a jerk thing to do, but it really impacts his view of me as a person and my future at that company. It's an extremely motivating thing to get myself up in the morning and actually wake up. We started this 12 weeks, and 12 weeks later, we had done 6 days a week. We didn't miss a single workout, and both of us were in the best shape of our lives. I went from not even being able to get up at 7 a.m. by myself to waking up at 3:45 a.m. 6 days a week for 12 weeks straight. I've been getting up early pretty consistently at that time now for the past 4 years or so. Since I started doing this, not only has my health and fitness improved, but my willpower and focus has also improved. I went from working a full-time job to being self-employed and quadrupling my income, and the mornings have become a sort of refuge for me. The amazing thing about waking up early is that it's silent. No one else is awake. You don't have any sense of urgency because no one's waiting on you and there's nothing expected of you at that time of the day. This brings a huge sense of peace that you don't get throughout the day. I used this time to relax. I read my devotions, I reviewed my day's tasks and my goals, and I can work out and even get to the office and get an hour of work in before most people have even woken up. Talk about going into your day with a sense of accomplishment and see how much it drives you for the rest of the day. So at this point, you're probably thinking, great for you, but I don't have a boss waiting for me at the gym each morning, and I'm guessing that's the case for most of you. But that's not the only way to add accountability to your mornings to get yourself to actually wake up. I have since moved from Colorado to Arizona and I'm no longer near my workout partner. So what we chose to do to remain accountable is to start a text chain. Myself, my former boss, and one other person are all in the same text chain together. Each night we send a message to the group letting them know what time we plan on waking up. And if you fail, you must send each person in the group $25, so basically $50 for failing to wake up in the morning. We have to text the group in the morning at or before the time we had said the night before for it to count. I even take it a step further sometimes if I know it's going to be difficult to wake up, and I add on to my bet that I have to send a picture of the gym by a certain time to prove I was actually up, because I knew sometimes I'd be tempted to just go back to bed after I said I was up initially. This text accountability system has been surprisingly effective. I've only had to make payouts one day since we started this, and this is something you can implement too. You don't even need someone that's waking up early with you. It can be a friend, it can be a relative, it can be anyone with a phone, because texts have timestamps. Your accountability partner can see if you said you'd be up at 4 a.m. the night before, and then your text comes through at 6 a.m. the next morning. So my advice to you, if you want to take control of your mornings and drastically improve your productivity and performance, is to first get an accountability partner and start a text chain. Nearly anyone will agree to this because they get free money if you fail. Next, I encourage you to figure out a consistent and simple routine to stick to. The last thing you want to do is wake up at 4 a.m. and then twiddle your thumbs because you have no idea what to do. Your morning brain is completely out of it for the first 10 to 15 minutes, at least that's how mine is, so you need to put yourself on autopilot from the start and have a plan. I recommend setting up some time aside for fitness in the morning, reviewing your day, specifically what major tasks you can start on first thing in the morning that will make the most impact. I always write down the night before what 1 hour task I can do first thing in the morning when I get to the office. I get to the office around 6:30 and have about an hour of free time before messages and emails and everything else starts coming in. This is the perfect time to set aside 1 hour to focus solely on your most important task for the day with absolutely no distractions. And here's a tip for you if you're not sure which task is the most important. Ask yourself, out of all the things on your list, which one's the most difficult to do? Start with that one. Not only is it likely your most important task, but getting the hardest thing done at the very beginning of the day really sets up your entire day for success because everything else is going to be easier after that. Without sounding too much like a Hallmark card, you only get one life. Each minute that goes by is 1 minute less you have to live, so don't waste your day. You'll never look back on your life 20 years from now and say, man, I wish I would have overslept more and accomplished less. You will, however, have a drastically different life if you learn to do hard things, take control of your mornings, and learn to have better willpower. Please like, comment, and subscribe below if you found this video helpful and want to see more like it. I'll see you guys next time.